Good day and welcome to the Bilibili first quarter 2023 financial results and business update conference call. Today's conference is being recorded. At this time, I would like to turn the conference over to Juliet Yang, Executive Director of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. During this call, we'll discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially from those mentioned in today's news release and in this discussion due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filing with the SEC and Hong Kong Stock Exchange. The non-GAAP financial measures we provide are for comparison purpose only. Definition of these measures and a reconciliation table are available in the news release we issued earlier today. As a reminder, this conference call is being recorded. In addition, an investor presentation and a webcast replay of this conference call will be available on the Bilibili IR website at ir.bilibili.com. Joining us today from Bilibili senior management are Mr. Ray Chen, Chairman of the Board and Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Carly Li, Vice Chairwoman of the Board and Chief Operating Officer, and Mr. Sam Fan, Chief Financial Officer. And I'll now turn the call over to Mr. Fan, who will read the prepared remarks on behalf of Mr. Chen.
Thank you, Juliet, and thank you everyone for participating in our 2023 first quarter conference call. I'm pleased to deliver today's opening remarks on behalf of Mr. Chen. Our top priority for 2023 is to improve our commercialization efficiency and narrow our losses. Our first quarter results demonstrate that we are making solid progress on these goals. First, we delivered over 20% year-on-year revenue growth from our advertising business. Our gross margin improved to 22% in the first quarter, up from 16% a year ago, driving gross profit to increase by 37% year-over-year. Second, we continue to take measures to strengthen the execution of our expense controls. As a result, we reduced the total operating expenses in the first quarter by 11% year-over-year. Specifically, we cut our sales and marketing expenses by 30% year-over-year while continuing to expand our DAUs. These actions are proving effective in strengthening our bottom line. In the first quarter, we narrowed our net loss by 72% year-over-year. The progress we have made gives us confidence that we are on the right track to achieve our break-even target. While we focus on improving our financial matrix, we continue to attract more users and enhance the engagement levels of our community. In the first quarter, our DAUs grew by 18% year-over-year to 93.7 million, while our MAUs reached 350 million, driving our DM ratio up to 29.7% from 27% a year ago. Our users continue to value our evolving and diverse content, with the average user daily time spent on Bilibili reached 96 minutes in the first quarter. This brought the total time spent on our platform up 19% year-over-year. As we move through the year, we will continue to populate our DAUs in a cost-effective manner, stimulate our organization, and improve our overall commercialization efficiency. In this way, we can better allocate our resources to areas that further solidify our community. Namely, we are working to expand our creator base and help our creators make more money. We will also continue to invest in commercialization capabilities, including improving our ad infrastructure, further integrating live broadcasting and video operations, developing high-quality in-house games, as well as exploring AIGC opportunities in our content community, all of which will help us build a tighter community and unleash more commercial potential of our platform. With that overview of our progress, I'd now like to provide a brief update on our three core pillars: content, community, and commercialization. Starting with content. Our content creators are an essential component of our ecosystem. We are dedicated to building a community that enables them to recognize and be rewarded. As we provide more user-friendly editing tools, professional content operation support, and improve the traffic distribution mechanisms that favor long to mid-tail content creators, we can increase the volume of content creation and attract more creators to our platform. In the first quarter, the number of our daily active content creators increased by 42% with a 79% increase in monthly content submissions, both on year-over-year basis. By further integrating our commercial channels within our content ecosystem, we continue to empower more content creators to realize their commercial value through diverse avenues. Different content creators can monetize their talent from what they are good at, such as advertising, live broadcasting, online paid courses, and workshops. Leveraging our platform and support, over 1.5 million content creators earned income through multiple channels in the first quarter, an increase of 50% year-over-year. Among them, the number of content creators who earn income via channels other than our cash incentive program increased by over 55% year-over-year. Going forward, we will continue to develop more channels and products to enable our content creators to achieve their commercial value. Our multi-scenario products, such as Story Mode, also contribute to attract broad attention from our users and to satisfy their diversified video watching preferences. For the first quarter, our total daily video views increased by 37% to 4.1 billion. Story Mode's daily video views grew by 82%, and the PUGV video views were up 26% in the first quarter, both on a year-over-year basis. Solid consumption trends in Story Mode are ongoing and continue to present more opportunities for accumulating our DAUs, enhancing community engagement levels, as well as increasing our commercialization potential. In addition, we are exploring the integration of AI applications into our content ecosystem. Utilizing AIGC can enhance both content creation efficiency and our user experience. We believe it holds great promise and tremendous potential for the video industry. Leveraging these evolving technologies, we can further enrich our content supply, empowering our creators to bring their visions to life more easily and effectively. We are also beta testing new features powered by AIGC to further enhance user experience. As for our community, our user base remains sticky and highly engaged. Our user base remains sticky and highly engaged. The users' average daily time spent on Bilibili continue to show stability at 96 minutes. Monthly interactions was also up 15% year-over-year to 14.2 billion. Our co-user cohort of official members reached 205 million in the first quarter, showing a 29% increase year-over-year. The 12-month retention rate for official members also remained around 80%. Our loyal and active community allow us to explore more diverse and community-based exclusive products and services, further opening up more commercial opportunities. Now, let's review our commercialization, where we are improving how we monetize our offerings to drive margin expansion and narrow our losses. For the first quarter, our total revenues reached RMB 5.1 billion. Specifically, revenue from our advertising business increased by 22% year-over-year. We continue to take proactive steps to improve our commercialization efficiency to support our top line and increase our gross margin at the company level. Looking at this in more detail. First, revenue from our VAS business increased by 5% year-over-year to RMB 2.2 billion for the first quarter, mainly driven by the growth of our live broadcasting business. We continue to integrate our live broadcasting capabilities within our video ecosystem. As one of the primary ways for creators to monetize their talent, more creators are making the transition to live broadcasting hosts. In the first quarter, the number of monthly active live broadcasting hosts increased by 34% year-over-year, and the number of live broadcasting paying users increased by 15% year-over-year. We have also improved the gross margin of live broadcasting business on both sequential and year-on-year basis, and we expect the trend will continue. By the end of March, we had 20.2 million premium members. Over 80% of these were annual or auto-renew packages subscribers, which represents users' strong trust in our brand and content offerings. Turning to our advertising business, our ad revenues increased by 22% year-over-year to RMB 1.3 billion in the first quarter, largely resulting from our ad infrastructure improvements. Over the past year, we have expanded and optimized our ad product offerings. At the same time, we have been continuously building our commercial database and improving our ad algorithm to drive better ROI for our ad clients. The results are encouraging. Performance-based ads revenue record nearly 50% year-on-year growth in the first quarter, while brand ads and native ads also record positive year-on-year growth. Our top-performing verticals for the first quarter were game, digital products and home appliance, e-commerce, skincare and cosmetics, and automotive. Users are showing increased spending power and diversified consumption needs as they grow to new life stages. This dynamic is attracting more advertisers from broader vehicles to our platform, such as automotive and home appliance. Looking now at our game business. Revenues for the first quarter were 1.1 billion. As the rate of game approvals begins to normalize, we welcome more titles into our pipeline. We plan to release 8 new titles in the domestic market in coming quarters. These include Cygame's highly anticipated game Pretty Debbie, 闪耀幽静少女, 遥光录, our first self-development game in the female romance genre, and our self-development ACG card game, 一路希尔. In addition, we successfully co-published the Honkai Star Rail 崩坏星穹铁道 in April and Reverse 1999 重返未来1999 in May, demonstrating our strong distribution capabilities. Turning to our IP derivatives and others, previously known as e-commerce and others. Revenues for the first quarter was 510 million, a decrease of 15% year-over-year. The decrease in revenue was mainly due to a proactive strategy shift to focus on increasing profitability. In the first quarter, margin for IP derivatives and others improved meaningfully by this approach, and we expect it will continue to improve going forward. Lastly, we recently published our 2022 annual ESG report, which highlights the value we create and bring to young generations in China. We are committed to shouldering our social responsibilities, fostering a welcoming community for our users and creators, and working towards a sustainable future for all. In summary, the actions we have taken are effectively improving our financial performance and operating capabilities. While we continue to grow our dynamic community throughout this year, we will further execute our strategy and continue to expand our gross margin and narrow our losses. This concludes Mr. Chen's remarks. I will now provide a brief overview of our financial results for the first quarter of 2023 and our outlook for the year. Total net revenues for the first quarter was RMB 5.1 billion, flat compared with the same period last year. Our total net revenue breakdown by revenue stream was approximately 43% VAS, 25% advertising, 22% mobile games, and 10% from our IP derivative and others. Our cost of revenues decreased by 7% year-over-year, driving our gross profit to RMB 1.1 billion, up 37% year-over-year, while our gross margin was 22%, up from 16% from the same period last year. With our tightly controlled cost structure, we expect to show continued margin improvements throughout 2023. Our total operating expenses were down 11% year-over-year and 31% quarter-over-quarter. We are maintaining tight control of our expenses while we work to increase our commercial prospects. We cut sales marketing expenses by 30% year-over-year, while our DAUs grow by 18% year-over-year. As a percentage of total revenue, sales marketing was 17%, compared with 25% in the same period last year. G&A expenses was RMB 572 million, up 7% year-over-year. R&D expenses was RMB 1 billion, representing a 2% increase year-over-year. We expect to continue strict control our operating expenses going forward. Our net loss and adjusted net loss was RMB 630 million and RMB 1 billion, narrowing by 72% and 38% year-over-year, respectively. Our net loss ratio in the first quarter was 12%, narrow from 45% from same period a year ago. Turning to our capital allocation and the liability management. We currently have 3 outstanding CBs that totaled $1.6 billion. Among these, a total principal amount of $746 million of 2027 CBs has an upcoming put rights which are exercisable through June of this year. As of March 31, 2023, we had cash and cash equivalents, time deposits, and short-term investments of 19.4 billion RMB or $2.8 billion. We believe this amount is sufficient to cover all of our remaining convertible CBs and fund our future operations, including the put rights on our 2027 CBs. With that in mind, we reiterate our expectation for net revenue for the full year of 2023 to be between 24 billion RMB and 26 billion RMB. Thank you for your attention. We would now like to open the call to your questions. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you. Dear participants, as a reminder, if you wish to ask a question, please press star 11 on your telephone keypad and wait for your name to be announced. To withdraw your question, please press star 11 again. For the benefit of all participants on today's call, if you wish to ask your question to management in Chinese, please immediately repeat your question in English. A third-party interpreter will provide consecutive interpretation for management statement during the Q&A session. Please note that English interpretation is for the convenience purposes only. In the case of any discrepancy, management statements in their original language will prevail. Please limit your questions to one at a time. If you wish to have a follow-up question, please rejoin the queue. Please stand by, we will compile the Q&A roster. This will take a few moments. Now we're going to take the first question. And the question comes from the line of Daniel Chan from JP Morgan. Your line is open. Please ask your question.
谢谢管理层给我机会问问题哈。我有个问题是关于这个用户这块的，就也有看到我们虽然一季度这个营销费用其实有比较多的节省啊，但是这个 DAU 环比还是持续有增长的。但是看到这个 MAU 这块其实环比有一些下滑，但是这个 DAU to MAU ratio 是继续上涨的。想问一下管理层能不能分享一下就是我们未来用户这个增长趋势的一个展望啊，谢谢。I will translate myself. So I have a question related to the user growth. So we saw that we have under the situation that of lower sales marketing expense in the first quarter, we actually have sustainable growth of daily active user in the first quarter and higher DAU to MAU ratio in the first quarter. So could management maybe share a little bit on the future user growth outlook and also strategy? Thank you.
就从去年到今年几次财报会吧，我跟大家都沟通过，就是我们现在对于用户增长的策略是更看重质量，这里的质量指的就是 DAU。
Like I said on previous earnings calls, we have adopted a more quality-oriented approach to user growth. And by quality, I'm specifically referring to DAU growth.
现在这个阶段，我觉得提升商业化效率应该是公司最重要的工作之一，而 DAU 的健康增长是推动商业化效率的重要基石。
At this current stage, one of our top priorities is to improve the efficiency of commercialization. High-quality DAU growth and user engagement are the cornerstone of strengthening commercialization.
对，因为我们现在这种更看重质量的用户增长的策略，它就必然会把我们的就是关注重点就是从过去的 MAU 就转向现在的一个 DAU， 所以我们可以看到就是在我们过去的几个季度，在我们的这个叫营销费用跟过去减少的情况下，我们的 DAU 的增长是持续的。上一个就是第一季度吧，我们的那个 sales and marketing 的这个花费同比下降 30%， 但是我们的 DAU 的同比增长呢仍然是 18% 到9370万。
This quality-oriented user growth strategy means that we have to pivot away from MAU toward DAU, and over the last several quarters, we have achieved sales and marketing expense reductions, while our DAU number continued to climb up. In Q1, sales and marketing expense was down by 30%, but our DAU increased by 18% to 93.7 million.
就在我看来，和 MAU 相比 ，DAU 它应该更能够展现用户的一个活跃度，也更能够展现就是 B 站的用户量所带来的一个商业化的一个潜力吧。所以的话，就是我觉得接下来我们的策略仍然会是就是以 DAU 的这个关注 DAU 的增长为主，我们会在 MAU 保持平稳的基础上，进一步的提高用户的留存度和活跃度，持续的提高我们的 DAU。
So compared to MAU, DAU is a better indicator of user engagement and commercialization potential. And our strategy will continue to focus more on DAU going forward. And we'll use this indicator to monitor our performance and drive up average user daily time spent and DAU-MAU ratio.
Q1 我们的这个 DAU 比 MAU 的比例是已经提升到了 29.7%， 然后而且的话就是这个我们现在的这个用户的这个活跃度和粘性其实也是持续的在这个提升，我们的用户每日平均使用时长是96分钟。我觉得这个趋势未来我们肯定也会保持吧，就是我们会继续提升 DAU 比 MAU 的这个比例，保持我们的现在的这个用户粘性。
Building on a stable MAU, we now want to further improve retention and engagement. In Q1, DAU to MAU ratio grew to 29.7%, and average user daily time spent reached 96 minutes. Going forward, we expect to see further increase in the DAU to MAU ratio.
从未来的那个展望来看呢，就是我一直认为就是 B 站的这种模式，它是一个持续的正循环的一个模式吧，就是我们不断的去提升我们平台的内容供给和内容质量，然后优质的内容会吸引来更多的用户，而社区会留住用户以及提高用户的一个活跃度，然后进一步的在激励创作者提供更丰富和更高质量的内容，然后这样的一个正循环，它会让我们的这个用户持续的增长。所以呢，就是我觉得我们未来的这个 DAU 在未来几年肯定都能一个持续增长的一个趋势。
Going forward, I think Bilibili's business model is one of a virtuous cycle because the content creators, the content supply, and the quality of content here means that we're able to attract high-quality users. And the community here means that those users will stay and they will remain engaged. And then that creates momentum for the content creators to generate even better content. So this is like a virtuous cycle. That's why looking at our user growth trend, I think we'll be able to continue to grow our DAU in the future.
Thank you. Now we're going to take our next question. Please stand by.
Next.
And the next question comes from the line of Yiwen Zhang from China Renaissance. Your line is open. Please ask your question.
管理层晚上好，谢谢接受我的提问。我有一个关于广告的问题，就看到咱们一季度上广告那边有一个22%的同比增速，上是高于行业的。想请公司介绍一下我们是如何提升这个咱们广告产品和效率的，然后以及咱们对于23年广告市场可不可以给一个展望跟判断。相对应的话 ，B 站广告业务会用怎么样的策略在这么一个市场里面？然后另外就是我们最近也在主站界看到了很多一些视频带货也好，直播带货也好的尝试，想问一下那块的进展怎么样？谢谢。So my question is regarding advertisement. You deliver 22% YY growth in ads revenue, which was faster than industry average. Can you share more color on how we improve our ads products and efficiency? And what is our view on 2022 ads market? Correspondingly, what kind of strategy shall we adopt in this market? And then lastly, recently we observed many e-commerce exploration in either the video format or live streaming format. What is our latest progress there? Thank you.
谢谢。今年在国内的整体的广告市场，其实我们预估在 Q1 开始还是会比去年回暖的，估计还是涨幅会同比接近双位数吧。所以 B 站在 Q1 实现了 22% 同比的涨幅，是高于整个大盘的增长的。其实也进一步的在这个过程里面，我们获取了市场份额。其中的话也能看到，在效果类的广告同比增长也接近了 50%。
So in Q1, we saw that advertising market in China started to warm up and is expected to achieve double-digit growth. But at Bilibili, our growth in Q1 was 22%, which I believe is greater than the industry average. And of course, we managed to capture more market share. If you look at performance ads specifically, the year-on-year growth for us was higher than 50%, 50.
在用户增长的刚才陈瑞也提到，在我们 DAU 跟用户增长持续健康的大前提下，我们依旧对今年整体的广告保持持续增长是特别有信心的。在此的话呢，其实我会特别的关注就是一横跟一纵以及社区内交易消费返用后带来的新的机会。
So just like Mr. Chen mentioned, in the context of healthy DAU growth, we're very confident that this will feed back into our advertising revenue growth. And specifically, I think our ad business is driven by both horizontal and vertical improvements, as well as by new opportunities that come with vibrant transactions in our community.
其中一横呢，其实我会理解为就进一步重视中台的技术能力跟数据能力，这会对我们的广告效率进一步进行提升。就首先在算法能力上，我们会持续关注深度转化的覆盖。就例如在游戏行业里面，我们深转的这个消费的覆盖率提升到了 35% 以上，也能从中的看到 eCPM 因此的提升是特别明显的。
By horizontal improvement, I'm referring to strengthening technical and data capabilities on the middle platform for greater ad efficiency. First, algorithm optimization can help increase the ratio of so-called deep conversion, which commands higher eCPM than shallow conversion. Take game industry, for example, the ratio has now increased to 35%.
其次的话，在增加商业流量，我们会开始重视增加商业流量的供给。在流量策略中，我们会加入用户商业行为这个指标，因为历史上的话，我们会特别重视用户体验的一个社区，所以在这次的可能性上，我们要保证用户体验的基础，也通过用户的 LTV 模型去动态的增加 ad load。
Second, we want to increase the supply of commercial traffic. Users' commercial behavior is now one of the indicators we monitor for traffic management. We want to ensure the sound user experience while leveraging the user LTV model to make dynamic adjustments in the ad load.
第三点呢是数据建设， 我们会更重视去建立科学的营销方法论。在去年我们提出了 Mate 的模型，尝试帮用户去进行解决投前的策略定位，包括投后怎么去度量，所以在 Q1 在汽车行业跟快消行业都得到了进一步的论证，这是第3点。那最后呢，在 AIGC 方面对广告运营以及转化效率的提升也会持续关注。以上就是我会关注一恒在中台能力上基于广告效率提升的几个方面。
Thirdly, data infrastructure is also essential. We've established a science-backed marketing methodology. In 2022, we put forward the MATES model, which helps clients refine their advertising plans prior to ad purchase and then help them measure the outcome afterwards. This model was further validated in the auto and FMCG sector in Q1. And lastly, AIGC will also contribute to ad operation and conversion efficiency. So that's what I'm talking about when I said horizontal improvement via the middle platform.
一众呢是会建立我们在去年开始建立了6大重点的垂直行业，那精准匹配不同行业在 B 站的广告模型，在这里可以稍微再举2个例子。
As for vertical improvement, starting last year, we've been building and creating tailored models for 6 key industries so that their ads can target the right users at Bilibili. Here are 2 examples.
第一个例子是游戏，B 站是大家比较认知的国内最活跃、接着浓度最高价值人群的一个游戏社区。Q1 的话，我们发现在移动端每天能看游戏视频的用户占比超过了 40%， 所以在游戏内容、游戏联运跟游戏广告这几个业务部门，我们进行了深度的绑定，现在已经可以实现客户在用户深度转化以及品牌宣传上都可以同时做出超预期的效果。就最近有一个案例，就是一个新游戏崩铁的上线，2周内 VV 量已经达到了原神同期的 3.7 倍。就是由此我们也看了一下收入，从联运跟广告收入的总和在前1周就超过了同期刚开服的原神。
For instance, gaming. Bilibili is known for our concentration of highly active, high-value gamers. In Q1, more than 40% of our mobile users watched game videos or live broadcasting on a daily basis. And our teams responsible for game content, game distribution, and game advertising now work closely together towards shared goals, which paves the way for better than expected in-depth user conversion and branding outcomes. The video views for our latest game, Shanghai Star Rail, in the initial 2 weeks is 3.7 times that of Jinshan Impact for the same time frame. And as a result, the game distribution and ad revenue are also higher than Jinshan Impact over that same time frame in the first week.
第二个案例就是电商行业，我们通过跟阿里、拼多多、京东等平台也进行了深度的数据合作跟广告合作，就最大化的提升了这个效率。在 Q1 我们能看到收入还是同比增长超过 110%。 就今年618期间，在联动花火品牌带货跟效果等等的完成了进一步的营销路径，我们还是预期能实现同比3到4倍的收入增长。
As for e-commerce, thanks to our data partnerships with Alibaba, PDD, and JD, ad efficiency has improved meaningfully, with Q1 revenue growing by more than 110% year-on-year. During the June 18th shopping festival, with a well-rounded marketing matrix including Sparkle, branding ads, e-commerce, and performance ads, we project that our revenue could potentially triple or even quadruple.
除此以外的话，在数码、快消、包括汽车等等 B 站生态品类优势的领域，我们在未来的机会里面，我们还是特别有信心能持续健康的增长。
And for our verticals, electronics, FMCG, and auto sector, we're confident that we'll be able to continue with the trend of healthy growth going forward.
最后的话，你也提及了视频跟直播带货，其实在我们的角度更愿意把它思考成在社区里，就是交易繁荣带来的广告收入的增量的机会，以及给 UP 主的收入带来新的路径的机会。在去年开始，我们在所有内容平台都实现闭环电商的时候，我们选择跟坚持做了大开环，就把 B 站的生态的势能在那个时候开始接入所有的电商平台。就目的呢，其实我们希望可以建立用户在 B 站社区去进行消费的一种心智，以及健全在 B 站交易的一种中台的能力。
With regard to video and live broadcasting e-commerce, I think of it as incremental growth opportunities for both ad revenue and content creators' incomes. This is the result of vibrant transactions in our community. Since last year, as all the other content platforms were building closed-loop e-commerce systems, we have remained committed to building an open ecosystem that is connected with all the other e-commerce sites out there. It is about shaping the user's mindset to view Bilibili as a place for shopping and to foster their capacity for transactions here.
Q1 我们比较就是超预期的能看到日均有超过1000万的用户在 B 站是消费带货相关的内容的，我们也上线了种草跟成交就双效的一种产品的商业的产品。 Q1 能看到就是因此而带来的广告收入已占效果类广告收入的 30%。
The performance in Q1 exceeded our expectations. In Q1, there were over 10 million users placing e-commerce orders on Bilibili every day, and we also launched a dual performance product that facilitates both wish listing and transactions, which accounted for about 30% of our performance ads in Q1.
同时带货其实也是 UP 主收入的一种新的路径，现在的平均每个月有超过5万的 UP 主尝试在 B 站上进行交易消费带货的尝试。在品类上，我们也初步跑通了美妆、食品跟数码品类等在 B 站上的投放广告形态的模式。未来的话，在 B 站的生态持续繁荣的情况下，我们也会进一步的释放交易跟消费的势能。就以上就是刚才最后您提到的，就是视频跟直播带货我们怎么看这个问题。
E-commerce is also a new income stream for content creators. About 50,000 content creators engaged in e-commerce sales on a monthly basis in Q1, and there's now a smooth e-commerce workflow for categories such as cosmetics, food, and electronics. Going forward, the momentum for consumption and transactions will get even stronger at Bilibili. So that's my take on how video and live broadcasting e-commerce will evolve on the platform.
Thank you. Now we're going to take our next question.
Go ahead.
Just give us a moment. And the next question comes to the line of Lincoln Kong from Goldman Sachs. Your line is open. Please ask your question.
好，谢谢管理层那我的这个问题是关于直播方面的。我们也看到这个直播这块业务的增长还是相对比较快的可不可以请管理层分享一下直播业务未来的一个战略和展望那么怎么看这个直播和点播之间的融合，以及我们也说到这个直播的毛利率持续提升未来这个季度会看到怎么样的一个趋势那我翻译一下Thank you very much for taking my question. So the question is about the live streaming business. We've been seeing a relatively quickly growing our business for live streaming. How should we think about the future strategy and outlook, especially in terms of the integration of our live streaming and on-demand, as well as the overall gross margin trend for the live streaming business? Thank you.
我过去一直说直播是 B 站视频生态的自然的一个延伸，所以的话就是我们一直以来我们对待直播业务的态度是我一直把直播跟视频是看成一个整体来运营。
We've always said that live streaming is a natural extension of our video ecosystem. So operationally, we have always considered live broadcasting as an integral whole of our total operation.
对，我们的直播和我们的视频，它一直是有着相同的用户群，而且他们的那个分布的品类也是高度重叠的。而且呢，就是我们大量的直播的这个主播，他就是我们视频的一个 UP 主。所以呢，就是因为这些特点的话，所以我们在过去一年，我们对于直播的这个业务的一个工作的重点，也是不断的去加强直播跟视频的融合，然后不断的让我们的视频生态给直播业务赋能。
So live broadcasting and videos on Bilibili sometimes often target the same demographics, and there is a lot of overlap in category as well. And a lot of times the live broadcasters are video creators. And since last year, we have been focusing on the fusion and integration between live broadcasting and videos, so as to empower the live broadcasting business with momentum from the video ecosystem.
我觉得现在直播业务它取得的这个成绩，很大程度就来自于我们对于直播和视频业务融合的这么一个进展吧。我们可以看到，在这个 Q1，就是我们的同时作为我们视频的 UP 主和直播主播的这个人数它的同比增长是 38%。然后我们 90% 的新主播是来自于我们的视频的 UP 主和我们的普通用户。
I think the success we have been able to achieve with live broadcasting is precisely due to the efforts we have put in to integrate video and live streaming ecosystems. In Q1, the number of video creators who also do live streams increased by 38%, and 90% of new live streamers were either average users or video creators.
对，所以的话就是我们的这个视频生态是给我们的直播就是注入了源源不断的活力和丰富的新内容。我们的这个 Q1 的就是 B 站的活跃的主播数的同比增长是 34%， 直播的 MPU 的同比增长是 15%。所以呢，这个就是我们的这个视频生态能够给这个我们的直播业务带来的动力。
The video ecosystem is a source of vitality and content for our live streaming business. And in Q1, the number of active live streamers increased by 34%, and the number of MPUs grew by 15%. That's how we are empowering live streaming through our video ecosystem.
我们的那个生态给直播的赋能的还有一个体现呢，就是品类因为大家都知道 B 站是一个视频品类非常非常丰富的一个平台，所以呢这个也让我们的这个直播的品类也非常丰富。比如说就是我们的这个虚拟 UP 主这个品类这个应该是 B 站的一个特色了。我们现在应该是国内虚拟 UP 主聚集度最高的一个平台，它就是来自于我们这个视频的二次元这个品类的一个给我们带来的这么一个动力吧。就是我们的这个那个虚拟的 UP 主目前也已经成为我们直播非常重要的品类之一，也是我们直播收入的一个重要来源。
So Bilibili boasts very diversified categories of video content, and this has also contributed to the diversity of our live streaming content. One hallmark of that is our VTuber, which is Bilibili is now home to the largest group of VTubers in China, and this is a natural extension of our ACG content from the video side. And today, VTubers are an important source of income for live streaming.
对，我们现在的那个虚拟主播的这个在平台上是非常活跃的，而且的话就是我认为随着这个 AIGC 的一个 这个技术的这一个普及，就是会有越来越生动的这个虚拟形象出现在我们的这个平台，而且的话就是我们可以认为这个虚拟主播他跟用户交互的这个方式也能够更加的人性化啊，我是非常看好这一个领域的。
The VTubers are a very active group of live streamers on Bilibili, and with the help of AIGC, I think they will be able to generate even more vivid and lively images and content for the users, and the whole experience can be more interactive for the users as well. So I'm personally very optimistic about prospects.
对，还有一些垂直的领域和行业啊，比如说那个。可能大家都没想到，就是律师在 B 站上面的这个直播是很活跃的。就是我们有些律师在 B 站上面，他是在线的去解答用户关于法律的一些问题。就是你如果在旁边看的话，你会觉得很有意思，就是各种这个鸡毛蒜皮、家长里短、奇奇怪怪的一些关于法律的问题，在 B 站的直播，我们的这些律师都能够给观众很专业的一个解答。
And Bilibili also aims to be diversified and cover as many verticals as possible. And you wouldn't believe that, but lawyers and legal matters is a very popular category on Bilibili. Some lawyers, they also double as live streamers on our platform, answering legal questions to the viewers. Sometimes they have to answer very insignificant, inconsequential, tiny questions, whatever the viewers want to ask them. And it's also something that Bilibili offers.
对，再比如说围棋，就是中国职业的围棋手大概也就是几千个吧，然后那个其中的话有很多的这个职业的围棋手是在 B 站上面做直播的。就是围棋在大家看起来它可能是一个很垂直很小众的一个爱好，但是的话我们的棋手以及围棋爱好者是大量聚集在 B 站的，甚至那个我们中国台湾省的很多的这个棋手他也会到 B 站上面来和观众互动。
Another example would be Go. We have roughly thousands of Go players in China, and the vast majority of whom have already joined the Bilibili community as live streamers. And even though it's a very niche hobby, they somehow ended up together on our platform. We even have a lot of Go players from the province of Taiwan interacting with our users on the platform.
对，我拿这些举例子呢，就是想说明，就是B 站的这个直播，它是一个非常丰富和活跃的一个内容生态。它对于我们来说，它并不是一个，就是它并不只是一个营收业务，它其实是有着丰富的内容，而且它有着非常大的一个潜力。随着我们在视频这个领域越做越大，越做越强，我们的直播也会随之做大和做强。
These examples goes to show that live streaming itself is very dynamic and diversified on Bilibili. It's not just another revenue stream for us. It actually has a lot of content to offer and holds tremendous potential. And as our video business grows stronger and bigger, I believe our live streaming, live broadcasting business will also be able to expand and improve.
我过去每次在那个财报会上，我都说，我说 B 站的这个直播还有1倍的增长空间。我到今天我仍然可以说，我认为 B 站的直播到现在这个时候，仍然还有1倍以上的一个增长空间因为我觉得那个我们视频跟直播的融合还可以进一步的加强。理论上每一个视频的用户他都应该是直播的用户，每一个视频的 UP 主他都应该是我们直播的主播就是从我们目前的数据也可以看得出来，就是现在是越来越多的 UP 主通过直播获得了收入。在第一季度，我们已经有70万的视频 UP 主通过直播获得了收入。
During previous earnings calls, I've said that live streaming business could potentially at least double, and I could say that again at this call. I believe live streaming has at least the potential to double at Bilibili, and the fusion between video and live streaming will continue to enhance. Theoretically, every user can be a video viewer as well as a live stream viewer, and every broadcaster can generate video content as well as live streaming content. And this is now also the important income stream for creators. In Q1, 700,000 creators were able to make an income from live streaming.
而且我觉得直播跟视频这个充分的融合也有助于那个提高我们直播的毛利，就降低我们的这个成本。随着越来越多的视频的 UP 主和素人成为我们的主播以及我们对于带宽成本的优化，我相信我们的直播的毛利率在未来也会不断提升。
And fusion between videos and live streaming could also drive up our gross margin and reduce cost as more ordinary users are doing live streams on their own and the cost of bandwidth being spread out even further. We believe the gross margin for live streaming business will continue to improve.
好，谢谢。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're going to take our next question. Just give us a moment. And the next question comes from the line of Lei Zhang from Bank of America Securities. Your line is open. Please ask your question.
嗨，管理层晚上好谢谢给我提问的机会。我的问题主要是想问一下，之前我们有看到一些讨论，主要关于 UP 主的这个可能赚钱的问题吧。然后所以想请魏总跟我们分享一下，现在我们如何帮这些 UP 主呢，可以更大的实现他们的在 B 站的一个商业价值。谢谢。我自己翻译一下。Thank you management for taking my question. Want to ask mainly about monetization of the content creator, which we noticed that previously have some widely discussion on the internet. So can you share us more color on how we can improve either the total income or the commercial value for the content creators on Bilibili? Thank you.
你说的这个其实是4月份的时候有一篇媒体的文章就是所谓的 B 站 UP 主的停更潮我也饶有兴趣的读完了这篇文章。然后对我想说的是，我觉得这篇文章它带来的基本上就是误导吧。它里面说是停更潮，但是它里面就是提到了3位 UP 主首先我们 B 站是有几百万的这个活跃的 UP 主他提到了3位。第二个呢，就是他提到的这3名 UP 主，其实在他写完稿子之后，有2位还在持续更新呢。就是他提到的3个人都还有2个人还在更新，所以呢，就是我觉得他这个文章，反正在标题上确实很吸引人，而且也引发了其他媒体的这个转发，但是他这个结论肯定是一个误导。
Well, I think you're referring to an article released in April about many, the article claims that many creators on Bilibili stopped uploading new content to the platform. I read it myself, and I think this article is nothing but misleading. This article mentioned 3 content creators who paused their video content updates out of millions of content creators we have on Bilibili. The article mentioned only 3, and 2 of those 3 actually have released new content since then. And so I think even though the article has a quite clickbait title, the content and the reasoning in this article was misleading.
当然通过这篇文章我们也看出另外一个好事就是大家确实都很关心 B 站因为这篇文章发出了以后引发了很热烈的讨论，很多用户在讨论这个问题，而且的话很多媒体也把这个文章也拿来讨论，然后也推上了这个微博热搜吧。我们内部当然也讨论了那个相关的一些事儿。但我这儿想说的是，事实上B 站的 UP 主的这个商业化的这个工作，在过去的1年，它是在我们内部是得到了很大的加强的。而且从数据上也能够反映出这一点。
I think this article was able to start a heated debate as proof that people are pay attention to Bilibili very closely, and some media even went on to write derivative reports on this article, and that's why that discussion ended up on the hot topic list of Weibo. And internally, we have been making a lot of efforts to improve commercialization for content creators at Bilibili, and we have numbers to back that up.
就是我们在过去1年其实是做了还是比较多的工作来帮助我们的 UP 主通过 B 站来挣钱，通过 B 站来实现他们的那个商业化。在今年的第1季度有150万 UP 主，有150万个 UP 主通过 B 站来获取收入，然后这个跟去年的同比增长是 50%， 而且呢就是他们获得这个就是 UP 主他通过这个广告直播，然后用户付费等手段，他获得的这个收入比去年也多得多。
We have done a lot of work to help our content creators monetize. In Q1 alone, 1.5 million content creators earned an income on Bilibili, up by 50% year-on-year, and the amount they're making from advertising, live streaming, and also user payment has also increased meaningfully.
然后在那个媒体文章里面，他提到就是他说我们的这个创作激励好像跟以前相比是不如以前那么多了，然后这个会引发 UP 主的怎么样，其实这个也是一个误导，就是我们跟那个就是外界也多次说过，就是创作激励它其实是用来给那些还没有能力去挣钱的 UP 主，我们让他有一点收入，这个是平台给他的一个，你可以认为是平台给他的一个补贴吧。然后这个我们主要是面对那种1万粉以下的 UP 主的，而1万粉以上的 UP 主，他逐步的我们是帮助他去找通过 B 站挣钱的一种手段所以呢就是那个我觉得这个也是那个文章的一个误导吧，就是创作激励其实对于我们主流的 UP 主群体的这个收入它是没有什么影响的。
And in this article, it is also said that Bilibili is cutting incentives for content creation, which could have some ramifications. This is, again, very misleading because the incentive programs we have is only for content creators with fewer than 10,000 followers. Basically, we provide them the subsidy to help them tide over the initial period of content creation when they did not have the ability to generate an income for themselves. And for content creators that have more than 10,000 followers, we help them find the tools to make money on their own. So this incentive program doesn't really matter for the vast majority of the creators on our platform.
对，当然呢，就是那个，我觉得 UP 主的这个挣钱肯定是我们公司最关注的一个工作吧。就是过去我们无论是在花火系统，就是帮助 UP 主接商单，包括那个我们在刚才提到的，就是我们让更多的视频的 UP 主成为主播，让直播能够给他们带来收入。就是在这些工作方面，我们会持续的加强，因为我一直认为，就是只有让我们的好的 UP 主他获得更多的收入，他才能够有更多的精力放在创作上，这是一个良性循环。
Helping our creators monetize has always been a priority in our work. We have established the Sparkle system to help content creators get commercial deals. We have also been empowering video creators to switch to live streaming so that they can make an income there. So this effort will never stop. We'll step up our efforts to help them make an income. And that's because we believe only when those content creators don't have to worry about money, they will be able to invest more energy into generating high quality content.
最后呢，我还是想说，就是其实这一次的这个关于这个媒体文章的一个讨论，其实它也代表了，就是我们的用户真的是很在意我们的 UP 主，很喜欢我们的 UP 主，然后当然也代表了他们对于 B 站的一个关心了其实 B 站之所以我觉得大家还是要相信 B 站，就是 B 站在过去的这个10多年里面之所以能够聚集 这么多的优秀的 UP 主，他其实就是因为我们一直坚持这个优质内容，我们一直相信创作者的力量，这个是我们一直以来我们运营的主导方针，也是因为这样所以的话就这么多的 UP 主能够聚集在我们这里来，因为我们对这些 UP 主足够的好，因为我们也足够的懂这些 UP 主，所以呢我们才能够就是聚集这样的一个优质内容的一个生态我们肯定会就是持续的去支持这些 UP 主，我们会继续对他们好，同时我们会尽我们的力量就是帮他们挣更多的钱这个是我们一定会去做的工作。
So this article is able to trigger such a discussion and shows that, users actually care a lot about the creators and the Bilibili platform. And the reason why we're able to have such a high concentration of high caliber creators is because we believe in the value of high quality content and the power of creators. This has always been and will always be a guiding principle in our operation. We have always treated creators nicely because we understand their needs, and we are going to spare no effort in supporting those creators and helping them earn an income that they deserve. This is a work we'll carry out continuously.
好，谢谢。
谢谢瑞总的分享。
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to take our next question. Just give us a moment.
Next question, please.
And the next question comes from the line of Xueting Zhang from CICC. Your line is open. Please ask the question.
管理层晚上好，谢谢接受我的提问我的问题主要是关于游戏业务的其实刚才有提到我们近期有几款游戏获得了版号那想请公司分享一下后续游戏的 pipeline以及我们当前游戏战略整体的展望是怎么样的谢谢Good evening, management. Thanks for taking my question. And my question is mainly about the game business. You mentioned in your prepared remarks that Bilibili has some newly approved games. So can management share with us the game pipeline and what's your game business strategy and outlook? Thank you.
今年确实是个游戏的大年因为就是国内版号每个月都在发。然后进口版号从去年开始发了2批所以的话就是这样的一个就是版号的一个充足的一个供应，不仅利好我们的游戏业务也利好我们的这个广告和直播业务。
This year is going to be a big year for the gaming industry. Licenses for domestic games are now issued regularly every month. For imported games, 2 batches of licenses have been handed out since last year, which is great not just for our game distribution business, but also for advertising and live broadcasting as well.
现在我们手上有8款拿到版号的游戏，然后这8款游戏都会在国内发行，同时我们还有5款游戏会在海外发行，也就是说在未来的几个季度我们将有13款游戏会和国内外的玩家见面。
In the next several quarters, we have 13 games to be launched at home and abroad, 8 of which have acquired domestic game licenses and will be published in China. 5 of them will be published overseas.
然后在就从最近我们要去发的游戏来看的话，就是我们现在首先是在积极准备我们有一款代理的游戏，就是闪耀优俊少女这个游戏它的一些本地化的工作是在最后的一个阶段吧我们在加班加点的在做。然后呢我们还有2款自研的游戏会在暑期和大家见面一个是一个古风女性向的游戏叫瑶光路，还有一个呢是我们自研的2次元卡牌游戏斯路德。
We are now preparing for the launch of a high-profile game we distribute called Pretty Derby, and we are now working around the clock to finish the last bits of localization work for this game before launch. And we also have 2 self-developed titles, Alkaline Records, which is the female romance game, and also Eruso, an ACG card game, which will be published later this summer.
对，今年这个因为今年游戏的供应比较多嘛，所以的话就是我们也会发现，就是 B 站在发行和联运方面的优势应该是进一步的得到体现吧，就是也是体现了我们是中国年轻用户最聚集和二次元的玩家最聚集的一个平台。就比如说那个4月份的米哈游的崩坏星穹铁道，在 B 站的第一天的下载就是280万份，然后这应该是 B 站联运历史上的一个下载记录了。而且呢，就是那个昨天还有一款大作嘛，就是我们联运的一款大作《重返未来1999》也是那个取得了挺好的成绩。
Bilibili is home to the largest group of ACG gamers and fans, and also boasts a very young user base, which makes us the core channel for distributing ACG games. Since the beginning of the year, we've successfully distributed many ACG titles, proving our worth once again. Honkai Star Rail by miHoYo is a great example of that, which achieved a whopping 2.8 million first-day download on Bilibili, setting a new record for our game distribution business. And just yesterday, our distribution game Reverse 1999 was published with great initial feedback.
有不少的朋友也在关心就是我们的这个自研游戏的这个进展吧。刚才其实我提到的就是我们马上要上的几款游戏里面有2款，那个就是瑶光路和丝路德，就是我们自研的游戏。然后同时呢，就是我们肯定也在筹备那个下一批的自研游戏。但是自研游戏大家应该知道，现在因为游戏很重要的是要走精品策略嘛，要走精品战略，所以的话就是那个游戏的研发，自研游戏的研发周期也会比较长，然后那个基本上现在还是得要一款自研游戏还是得要3年时间，所以的话就是那个下一批的那个自研游戏应该是至少得后年吧，然后和大家见面了。然后在自研游戏方面呢，那个我们会坚持就是我们2年前提出的自研精品全球发行的这么一个战略。在自研方面我们会聚焦优势品类，然后我们会打造细分品类第一的这个就是垂类第一的这样的一个战略，而且坚持长线运营所以呢就是这一块我们还是会埋头苦干吧。
Many people are interested in our self-developed games. 2 examples I mentioned just now are Alkaline Records and Eruso, and we have more pipeline games under development. But since self-developed games, we only want to be delivering high-quality games, so the cycle will be relatively long, and each game will take about 3 years for development, and the next self-developed game will probably be published around the year after next. We will stick to the strategy of self-developed quality games and global distribution. In terms of game genres, we will focus more on our forte, such as ACG card games. Our goal is to develop top-ranking games in niche segments and manage them well over a long life cycle, and we'll put in the hard effort needed to achieve that success on this front.
谢谢。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're going to take our last question. Please stand by. And the question comes from the line of Felix Liu from UBS. Your line is open. Please ask your question.
谢谢管理层接受我的提问。也恭喜我们一季度毛利和亏损，毛利的明显提升和亏损的明显收窄。想问一下，公司在运营层面具体采用了怎样的措施来实现这个一季度的利润的这个改善？ 然后我听大号上管理层也是介绍对接下来这个 break even 的目标也是很有信心，所以想请教一下管理层接下来对于毛利提升和亏损收窄的这个主要的驱动力会是什么？Thank you, management, for taking my question, and congratulations on the notable improvement on GP margin and overall bottom line. Can management elaborate a little bit what measures you have taken and your drivers for future GP margin and loss narrowing drivers? Thank you.
This is Sam. I will take your question. Our focus of this year is very clear, to improve the gross margin. In the same time, we will reduce our net loss. So in the first quarter, our gross profit year-over-year growth grew about 37%, and net loss narrowed considerably, about 72% year-over-year and 58% quarter-over-quarter. From the revenue side, we continue to improve the quality of the revenue. The advertising business, as we mentioned, grow by 22% year-over-year, so it's a high margin business. And as a cost end, we still keep improve, our operational efficiency and achieve a year-on-year decrease of 7% of total cost. And so that results the GP increased by 37%, and the GP margin improved to 22% compared with 16% last year. So we use the technology upgrading and to operational management. The band-wide cost, for example, continue to decline, down about 16% year-on-year and 12% quarter-over-quarter. And other fixed costs, for example, labor and other operational costs, also fall about a certain percent year-on-year and quarter-over-quarter. So from the expense side, you already saw the overall operating expenses decrease significantly, about 11% year-over-year, and DAU increased by 18% year-over-year. So we will keep actively control our operating expenses, especially the marketing expenses, which already down about 30% year-over-year in Q1. I think that trend will continue in the following quarter. So we are quite confident that we've controlled their cost and the expenses. Our gross profit margin will improve quarter-over-quarter many of this year, and the operating expenses will also show a meaningful year-on-year decline, and to achieve a further narrowing of our net loss. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that concludes that question and answer session. Thank you once again for joining Bilibili's first quarter 2023 financial results and business update conference call today. If you have any further questions, please contact Juliet Yang, Bilibili's Executive IR Director, or PR Center Financial Communications. Contact information for IR in both China and the US can be found on today's press release. Have a great day.